All right, everybody. Well, I'm gonna say special. Well, yeah, special guest, my friend Sal, and wow, we go way back, like to when we were probably like 5 and started school, elementary school, and somehow we
Oh,
ended
wow.
up on this, and I in the mastermind course and everything, and I saw a message one time. Whoa, really? And we were there, and I commented or something, and he made a comment. I'm like, wait, really? So, and this is awesome. I'm so happy because we haven't seen each other since like high school. Yeah, like maybe like a minute. High school was like a minute. So, but yeah, Sal, so tell me, what have you been, your journey on the mastermind and just your journey in general?
Well, John, it is a pleasure to be here, and to see you again. It's been a long time.
Long time.
And as the viewing audience will know that, John and I went to school together, elementary school. So we grew up together through junior high, through high school.
Right.
So many changes, but after time we went our way, right?
Oh yeah, right.
But um, for me, my journey, mostly through my life has been in finance as a stockbroker and in
Oh, nice.
insurance. And in the 90s, I spent my time in Southern California, and was in radio there and had my own podcast show on the Constitution and government.
Nice.
And so I decided, what I want to do is I want to start something new, something fantastic. And I actually got into a certain business, which I spent thousands on. And then all of a sudden I came across Dean Graziosi. I had no clue who Dean was. And
Right.
this was probably about 6 months ago.
Oh, whoa, that's cool.
And
That's me too.
I know Tony Robbins. I
Yeah, I
didn't
went
know
to
Dean.
several of his. I got divorced like in what, 89, 90. So I actually found today like 1990. I went to Tony Robbins. I went to Unlimited Power and did that. Walked on the coals. Then I did. They had 9 days in Hawaii. I did that. That was awesome.
Right
Mostly
on.
I figured everything out. I'm all, oh, I can stay at the Grand Waikoloa. It's an awesome hotel, and they have a seminar too, and the food's included. All right, it's worth the money. I'm doing it. And that was life changing. Then it kind of fell off because we used to have groups and meet, but it had to be you had to be physically there and set up a place, a meeting place. And like I tell people, I mean, the people that are maybe a year or two younger than me, they don't understand, that this is almost frictionless now, where you get on the Zoom. I mean, like Sal just literally just texted me something, and I'm all like, dude, okay, here, boom, let's do it. And are you free? And he said, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just going. So
Very simple.
very
Very
simple.
simple.
Don't
Were you
overthink.
there with Oprah?
Huh?
Were you there with Oprah
No,
walking
I was
across
there
the
before
coals?
Oprah.
You did it first.
I did. So I'm just, this is just like to show you guys that this is easy. Don't overcomplicate it. You just do it. Like I've said, how do you write an ebook? You write an ebook. How do you make a video? You get your phone, you point at your face, you make a video. So Sal, I mean, so you were like SoCal, nice, and doing your thing. It sounds like it was great. And then yeah, continue on and just.
So, like I mentioned to you in the text, that I've had my show in the works for quite a while. You beat me to your first show,
Oh,
but I've been working on a course now with the mastermind group for a while. And I love the course. I'm going to
yeah,
follow through on the course. I want to do the course.
right,
But it wasn't until I saw you take action that
right,
I said to myself, you know what? This is what I've been wanting to do for a while, for over 10 years. I had a podcast show over 10 years ago, but I wanted to get that going again. And my love is towards that style that style of presentation versus actually doing the course.
right.
But it was because you took action, John,
Well,
that
thank you.
you got me fired up and going the right direction. And this goes to show what happens when we take action. We never know who we're going to touch and how we're going
Yeah.
to touch that person.
No, never.
You know,
I just literally got off the phone with this woman in Canada, and I'm all, let's do it. And she's all, well, I got things to do. And we end up talking on the phone for like 2 hours, but she's coming on in like Wednesday. We're doing it. We'd already had scheduled it, but we just, and I'm all, hey, right now I'm coaching you, because that's what,
yes.
there's these barriers that we need to get over. You need to realize you are coaching, and you have been coaching. And this right here is me coaching. This is like all I need, well, which I'm doing. Okay, you heard it right here. I am posting my course on Mastermind. And what it is, it's going to be a placeholder, like a thumbnail of my little smiley face, but a course. And what it is, coaching. And I started off with self-talk thing, and it morphed into Project You. And I'll tell you how it kind of morphed. I might have, well, I might probably said it. You always say the same things, kind of. I made a comment on Mastermind, and I said, this is John, and whatever I said, and I got a, they asked me to edit it or something. They said that you were self-promoting, right? I'm all, okay. So then I'm all right, let me make another video. So I changed it, and and at the time I was using the taking uncomfortable action, because it was very uncomfortable action to make the videos. I had promised someone, I gave him my word, I'm going, okay, I commit to making a video a day. And I made this commitment, and when I did it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do a video a day. It was like, I didn't want to say it, because I knew if I said it, I'd have to do it. And I so fought like not saying that. So then I started doing them. That's why it was like taking uncomfortable action. And so they said, oh, you were self-promoting because I said something. So I'm all, okay, I made a new video, and then I'm all, this is John, and remember, and this is John, and I'm self-promoting. I'm promoting yourself to get out there and do something.
That's
So
why you're saying that.
that's why I'm saying that. Yeah. When you hear me say yes, and I'm self-promoting, I'm promoting yourself to get out there and do something, is because they tagged me as a self-promoter. And you know what? It's not a lie, because the more I've done this, I realize that I'm an encourager and a promoter. I'm that person that finds something new and tells everybody, like, oh, have you tried this? You got to try like this. You got to, you got to try this restaurant, or you got to try this new, whatever it is. I'm that guy. And I've always been that guy. You got to watch this YouTube video. And so it's just, that's what all this turned into being. And so,
well, you know what's great about that, John?
yeah,
Is, I encourage everybody who started Mastermind to get on there, complete your course, follow through, because great things are going to happen from the course. I know that.
oh yeah, definitely.
There are also people such as yourself and other people in Mastermind are saying, okay, but I want to go ahead and go this direction, and I want to go ahead and put it on hold, get my course done, whatever. But you're a good example of somebody said, you know what, I got an idea. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and follow through this idea. Sooner or later, it's going to come to fruition. I'm going to go in a certain way. I'm going to notice it. I'm going to feel it. I'm going to know it's right. And like you told me before, God's hand is in it. God's hand is in it. He's working through you.
Man, I wake up in the middle of the night, 2 a.m, like bing, and I gotta write this down. Like, I'm gonna do this. Whoa. But the whole course, I mean, yes, make your course, like mine's morphed, and mine's turned into like Project You. And because I realized that I'm all, whoa, I'm the project. Your course is you. This course that you're building, that you're posting, is a compilation, and from everything that you've learned, it's you. But you're not finished. And so it's just a snapshot. And mine, it turned into Project You, because the first thing you have to do is you got to overcome thinking about what everyone's going to think about you when you post your stuff. When you make that live video. I mean, my story, and I posted it. I grabbed it. I was making those videos, and I'm all, nobody's gonna see this. And I started putting them out, and then I'm at work and somebody goes, hey, I've been watching your videos. I like them. I'm all, oh, thank you. I'm all,
Very
and then I get the one. It was like a messenger or something from somebody at work. So, hey Johnny, what's up? You okay? And I'm all, oh, that one was like, that one was the one. So the other people that told me they liked them, those didn't really count. But the one that's like, you okay? I'm like, oh, I'm talking about self-talk and stuff, and that people don't really talk a lot about that in
Yeah.
general. And when they start hearing that, they're like, are you all right? How is your mental state? And I'm all like, you know, and I took a little, I took a little break. I had to like, because, and then you have to overcome what,
You got knocked down a little,
right.
you know, but that being knocked down a little, springing back up again, John, has made
Oh
you
yeah.
twice as strong.
Oh
And you
yeah.
know, Dean talks about 4 C's, and 4 C's that are the 4 C's that we have not yet discussed in Mastermind Group. But the first one is commitment.
Yeah.
All right. For anybody who watches your show, anybody who's seen your videos, commitment, they can see the commitment. All right. The second one is courage.
Oh, courage is huge.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, as you know, and all that we do and everything that you're doing, it takes courage. You're going to have those people that are going to wonder when you got out of the mental facility. Are you quite there? You 2020 up there, John? I know you got glasses, but you're not quite 2020 there.
No,
But you know
no.
what? It is fantastic, you know. And you come back with those guys, and you say, you know, did you love my show? Did you love it?
Yeah,
You know,
right.
and you look at them and let them answer.
Yeah,
And you
they're
know,
like, I used to watch Joe Rogan, but now I watch you. But hey.
and you can bet those guys are watching you. And even though they asked you if you're okay, they want to know what you're going to do next. And so
It's crazy.
you have an obligation to keep on going, keep
Oh,
following
I
your dreams,
do.
because you're picking up people along the way. It's a
See that
beautiful thing.
that's what I've figured out too. And it's the outliers, because I've spent a lot of time, now that we're a little older, and and I kind of think about it, it's like you're doing the mile run. Well, this is like the last lap, and I'm turning the corner, and I've been kind of just pacing the whole time, maybe a little behind, not pushing. Well, then this is like sprint for the finish, or just get whatever, mediocre, be mediocre, or just play all out and get involved. And so this is what this has been. So I just been getting involved, and that's the difference between this and other things that I've done where I've just been half in, half out. Because I've been getting involved, and it's fun, and I've met really great people and reconnected with great people. And it's just like such, I'm loving it so much. The people are really positive, and I really encourage people to come out and not get stuck thinking that they need to study more. I mean, like I said, I haven't edited any videos. At first I was going to do my thumbnails, and I was going to maybe learn editing, and then it was like, no, because it's going to take time away from me just doing content. And I could just start getting where I get on the program, and I'm going to have to make the perfect thumbnail. And I bought this editing program now, so I can do the sound perfect, and I can edit my videos perfect. And in the grand scheme of things, that's not going to really serve me, because now I watch people like real influencers that are big now. They just pick up their phones now and go on Instagram Live. It's all authenticity, and they're moving away from that scripted stuff.
So for you, John, I mean, for you, it's like, it's not ready, aim, fire. It's ready, fire, then aim.
Oh,
So
exactly.
basically, you got the resources, you got the energy and the health. Get moving forward, and that's what makes you successful. It's not waiting to, for like new married couples, we're going to wait till we have a real beautiful house and stuff
Yeah, I
before we
know.
start having kids. Wait till
Yeah,
we get our degrees and wait till we're done before we start our family. All
right,
kinds of things like that.
right.
It's moving forward.
Right.
and making sure that you're growing each and every day. And like Dean talks about, it is just being a little bit better today than you were yesterday,
Yeah. That's it.
and
That's
that's
all
where
it
I
is.
see you. But let me ask you this, John.
Yeah.
All right. I want to ask you this. Think about where you are now and
Yeah.
what you've accomplished over the last 6 months. How do you feel about playing small in your past years? When you think about your
Oh,
past,
oh,
how do you feel about that?
dude. Yeah. Really bad. Yeah.
Isn't it interesting that if we don't find the things, we don't cultivate our gifts, our talents, and things like that, that we're playing small each and every day, each and every minute.
Oh, yeah.
But when you decide to take a step forward, decide to be uncomfortable, or comfortable with the uncomfortable,
Oh,
you
yeah.
start growing, and it's just amazing how the world opens up.
Oh, it does. And you get all these connections. I wrote a thing. It said that no choice is a choice. The hard choice of regret. Because you go, no, I'm not going to go. And you think that's the easy choice. Oh, I'll just stay in my little comfy thing here. I won't push out. I'll just stay. I don't want to go here or there. And then you have a regret. And you actually made the hard choice, and you think that you just made no choice at all, but you made a hard choice, and it's the one you made the regret choice. And we don't see that. And now it's like, okay, now I'm thinking like younger, like we're younger, right? And I realize like the one percenters, that they talk about the 1%. I think
What's
the
that?
true 1% are the people who are comfortable by themselves, and they're not being alone. What I mean they're good with who they are. They might have money, they might have fame, but that doesn't matter. In the end of the day, they're happy with their values. They're happy with, they play full out. They enjoy, and they're in the moment in their life, and they're not waiting for, when I get that extra money, when I get that car, when I get this. They're not playing that game, because a lot of people, I was watching this show, and this one celebrity was saying that he got that. They call that like being in the picture on the screen, the one that you look at where you wish all of your stuff's in this screen. And he moved
Right.
into that screen, and it was empty. He was totally empty. And I think that's why we see these people that have what we think is everything, that they're not happy. And the sooner you can learn that, the younger in your life, oh my goodness, I feel like I'm just getting it now, but
Well, I thought to myself the other day on your point about money is, I mean, I do okay. All right. I do okay. And I thought, but the money, I'm just not fulfilled.
no,
I'm not fulfilled.
it's
The only
empty.
reason I do what I do for the money, and right now I've been for years been in insurance as well and have my own insurance business. The only reason I do that is because I have a family, because I have an
Right,
obligation, I have a responsibility. But all my life I've thought about my talents and my gifts and things like that. And how can I bring that forth? How can I serve the world? How can I serve my family more fully and things like that? If I just continue to do what I'm doing today, am I going to be happy just making the money to get my family from point A to point B to point C, on and on? No, no, I'm not going to be happy. There's so much more that I can do. And one thing that I had to learn, one thing I had to really understand, and especially when you're working in your own business, I understand that I cannot get emotionally tied to the outcome.
mm,
I cannot. If we're in mastermind group, if we're putting together our course, and if we're getting emotionally tied to how much money we're going to make off the course, if we're getting emotionally tied to our successes when we start, versus our failures, we're not going to move forward. We're always going to find ourselves complacent and just sitting back.
right,
So one thing I would mention, just real quick, is from my journey. My mastermind course. My course is about helping fathers, overcome the challenges of parenting. The anger, the frustrations, the stresses, the frustration at work, things like that. Understanding how to control your mindset, understanding how to put your family before, the experiences that you've had in the day and things of that nature. But it's important that we learn that. It's important that we actually learn our gifts and our talents and actually utilize those in a proper way. And the reason I go back to that is because I kind of forgot what I was going to talk about. I was saying something, I was going into something, then all of a sudden, I don't know, John. It left me. But I apologize for that. So, but
No,
it's just never going to be exactly the right time,
no.
But taking a step each and every day, beautiful.
The only way is you just do it. It's like driving a car. You can't steer a parked car, and you just do it. I mean, when we learned to drive, if we would, well, we did. I did as a kid. You sit behind the wheel and you go. Remember that you did. But once you're driving, you have to steer it, and this is what I preach, because I do to everyone, is just start posting, start making comments, post your content, give all you go to as many as these master classes. I was telling this person that I kind of felt like, people would say they were going to have a master class, and I would go to support them, and I knew that I wasn't gonna. You can't buy everybody's, but then I thought about, they're providing value to you, and you're providing value to them and feedback, and that's what you want to do, is put all your stuff out there so everyone can see it. Put every idea you have for your course. Don't hide anything. Put, like Dean said, they put everything out. It's just not all like, they're not holding your hand, and it's out in different pieces, and you might have to piece it together. I saw someone say that yeah, you can join my group, or you could do this for free. She said, because all my stuff is out there on different media, but you're gonna have to try to piece it all together. This way it's all concise, and then we kind of hold your hand. That's the whole purpose. But as you're creating your course, it's going to change, and it's going to grow, and it's going to write your course for you. Because you can't write it alone. I say, if you write it alone, then you wonder why the world didn't come pick it up, because it wasn't for them, it was for you.
Well said. Yes.
And it's fun to watch your baby go out there, your little
Yes.
course, like for your things on fathers and stuff. You start putting it out, and I actually know someone who's very similar topic. And that's the other thing I noticed. I start connecting. Oh, you need to meet this person. You need to meet this person. You need to meet that person.
Right.
And that's my joy. But yeah, teach it, and let it grow. And let one page at a time. This is kind of my wife. When she passed, she had a book she wanted to write, and she didn't write it. But we've kind of written it. And her story, I mean, our kids are awesome, and she wrote her story on their hearts. But yeah, don't waste life. You just take it, enjoy it, day at a time, live it. That's and I really love that we're doing this. And yeah, I my advice is just put your little baby out there, and then watch it walk, and we'll crawl first and whatever, and then walk, and then do like a master class, and get feedback from people. And then now you're like, oh, and they'll start saying, oh yeah, I really liked you covered that topic. And what about this one here? This area here has been a struggle, and then, even because it's father, but sons, you know, sons have inputs and fathers are missing so much in the world today, and there's such a father wound in the world. So
No, you're right. And what you're going to do and what you're doing is going to ensure that the day that you pass from this life, you're not going to have any regrets. And that's the idea of life,
yeah,
is that we contribute each and every day something small. We should be growing spiritually, emotionally, physically. We should be growing in every direction to have good balance, because balance is the key to massive success and massive,
Right.
effectiveness in this world. And so and all the other people out there, the viewers who will watch this, you don't want to go to your deathbed
No.
regretting the fact that you didn't take action, regretting the fact that you didn't try to finish your course,
Right.
regretting the fact that you had to put off an interview for the right time, or whatever the situation might be.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You don't ever want to put it
Don't do
off.
it.
When you have something to contribute, ready, fire. So we're in
Right.
the fire stage.
Yeah.
Then at the end, we can go ahead and assess the aiming part, right? We
Right.
can assess what could have been better. Now, let me ask you something, John.
Yeah.
All right. I want everybody to know that John used to call me a name in 6th grade. Do you remember what name he used to call me?
No. Oh my goodness.
Now, back then, let me give you a clue. Back then, I had a full set of hair. And I
Yes, you
always
had
combed
nice
my
hair. You had nice hair. I remember that.
What did you always call me? Do you remember?
No, I would say Cookie, but that was before our time.
You called me Sassoon.
I called you. Oh, I did?
Yeah, you remember that?
No.
You say, "Hey, Sassoon, how's it
I
going,
called you
Sassoon?"
Sassoon, like Salsoon or
Yeah,
Salsoon.
Sassoon, like the guy who does all the shampoo. I don't know who it is, but I
Right,
got
Vidal
Sassoon.
Sassoon. But that was that in elementary? That had to be like in junior high or high school.
No, that was in elementary school.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I remember it was great. So I remember that, and I'm just happy and I'm grateful I got to catch up with you and do this, and that I get to talk to you on a
Awesome.
daily basis again. It's a wonderful thing.
It is. It is. We'll all like reconnect. All like I told you, I'll tell the other friends that we all grew up with that, hey, I already said that, hey, you know who's on there? Sal's on there. And I'm really, wait, yeah. So they were excited to hear that too. It's really funny.
Great.
But yeah, it's
That,
just keep doing it. That's my advice. Just do. And yeah, that's what I said too. Don't get stuck in the do. Just do.
yeah. Yeah, don't put aside the ambitions that you have. Don't put aside the dreams that you have.
No.
Move forward with that. I mean, but continue with your course, continue with the mastermind, continue with the community.
Yeah, the
Get
community is
involved.
awesome.
A lot of great people on there. Andy and a lot of other guys on there that have a lot of talent and a lot of understanding and knowledge in their career and their fields.
Oh, right.
It's these are the people. The neat thing about that, John, what I like about the mastermind community is we're all going to catch up sooner or later together.
Yeah.
We're all going to catch up, whether we be doing videos like, or interviews like this, or
right.
whatever it might be, but we're all going to need each other at one stage and point in time.
Right.
And it's the beautiful thing about the community. And I do encourage people out there, if they're not a part of the community, and I can always do better in the community, because I talked to you about that earlier. I can always do better in the community. But if you're not involved in the community, get involved, push forward, start learning people's names, start gaining relationships. And because I can see it. It's just, I mean, just on what you've done, just on the people that I've communicated with along with you, we're all catching up. At one point or another in time, we're going to have a need for each other.
Oh yeah.
So
in my group, we're all raising the bar. You can't do this alone. That's why it was maybe a lot harder before this. You can't do it alone. You have a community. If you're trying, I keep stressing, if you're just pounding it to get your course done, okay, work on it, but you can't do it alone, because the community will pull the course out of you. There's a person in a group that I'm in, and she started making videos, and she's like, great. And you can just see the growth, and it's just, but even personal growth that comes from just grabbing your phone, pointing it at yourself and shooting, is you get used to hearing your voice, you get used to seeing your face, and you actually look at that person on the screen as like a stranger, and you treat them better than you treat yourself. Just like we do to other strangers. You're like, hey, you don't look bad. You don't hear this, oh, geez, get that phone out of here. It looks terrible. No, you start looking at that stranger on the phone. You go, hey, he's not bad. He sounds okay. And you have more compassion for that person that you see on the phone, that's you, than you do in that person in the mirror. And so you kind of get past that barrier. And that's why I say it's this Project You, because it's accelerating the things that life wanted to teach you really fast. Because, like, I'm kind of like, well, why am I not putting something out for money? Because then there's some kind of thing there. You're thinking maybe people don't want to, I don't have anything worth people paying for, And so you got to overcome that barrier. Then you got to overcome your personal barrier of seeing and hearing yourself. And
Why
then,
are we so hard on ourselves?
oh,
You know,
yeah, exactly. Harder than
why?
we are on anyone.
Yeah, I I was reading something, and the way they said it was very eloquent, and it really touched my heart. But it comes out to be simply this: the person you see in that mirror, give that person credit.
Right,
See that person for all that they've done, all the hardships they've gone through,
right.
everything that they've overcome, and where they are today, and love that person,
Okay.
that you see in the mirror.
It's
We
hard.
oftentimes, too oftentimes, are our biggest critics. And you know what? Our criticism doesn't serve us. It never has.
No, it's a
It's only
curse.
it's only brought us down, right?
It's a curse. And
Yeah.
and and being in this group has made me see that everyone, no matter what they present on the outside, you see that they have the same struggles, the same perfectionism, the same wanting to be, what thinking about what others are going to think about them. Everyone's jumping the same hurdles. And it really hit home, and it's all like that person that you think is gonna, care about this or that. No, they're too busy caring about what other people are going to care about them. They don't care about you. You're not that important. They're just worried about what you're going to think about them or something. And
Right.
and they're just, yeah, it's just, and the sooner you can figure that out, the better off you are. It's just crazy. But
Exactly. Exactly. And it only takes that little bit of movement, in a 1 degree, just in the positive direction, that 1 degree movement each and every day, to build that self-confidence, build that self-esteem.
all right.
We spend a lot of time, I think, when we look at people and their successes, and we say, man, uh, they don't belong there. They shouldn't be there. The only reason that we put other people down is because we are low, we lack in self-confidence and
Right.
self-esteem.
Right.
When we start appreciating the gifts of others and what you do, and like for yourself, you're a great example. When we start appreciating what you do, then we grow as individuals. We grow in confidence.
Oh, we
That's the only
do.
thing that people have to understand is before you have self-confidence to move forward fully 100%, you got to be able to care and appreciate other people and not be judgmental.
Right. Oh,
How it is when you meet somebody, he might be well dressed, whatever the situation might be. You think, oh man, this guy thinks he's got it all together. Well, we don't need to think that way. We
no.
can think, I look forward to meeting this person. He probably has a lot that I can learn from. We got to have like a switch that mind frame a little bit.
Well, it's true. Yeah, we're so stuck in our head that all we're really doing when we're criticizing other people is we're trying to rank ourselves on the ladder, because we feel like we're here, and we see somebody and we're like, oh, I'm better than them. And but it doesn't make you feel any better. And then you see somebody else, you're like, oh, I'm better than them. And you're just being critical, so because you're trying to make yourself not be like as bad as you're like, oh, well, I'm not that bad, because look, comparison to that person, I'm better. So it's just, why don't they
Well,
teach this in school or something?
I don't know, but do you remember what Tony Robbins said about if you want to be the tallest building in the city, what's one
Yeah,
of the ways you can do it? By tearing all the other buildings down, right?
right.
Because then you're guaranteed to be the tallest building in the city, but you're not really going to stand tall naturally, right?
No.
And we want to be able to stand tall because we actually, sustain people. We actually support people. We actually are happy and grateful for their successes, and it's so very very important to our success. If there's
It
anybody
is.
out there trying to be successful who has a habit of tearing people down, a
No.
habit of judging,
No.
it just won't happen.
No.
It won't happen. What goes around comes around. And it's very easy to see when a person is not standing tall naturally through their own gift, through their own, accomplishments. But it's easy to
Yeah.
see when they're tearing other things down. So
No, they're tearing people down. And like Trenton Shelton said, he said, I've never met a happy hater, ever. And think about it. There's no happy haters. And
yeah,
I found from this encouraging people, oh my God, the joy I've had. I've had people, I've had people like when I first started doing videos, um, somebody in South Africa like messaged me, and I'm all, like, you should do a video or whatever. Well, he's doing videos now. And when I saw his video, my smile was like so big. I was so full of joy. You went, and he's great. And it was just, that brings me so much joy, more than anything. And what I've seen in this group is, as the bar's raised and as people have encouraged each other, there's so much joy of being involved in it. And actually, I guess, coaching them,
yeah,
you know, to actually that we're a coach. And it gets reinforced more and more that I'm a coach, because I was like, no, I'm not a coach. What? But damn, I'm a coach. And I coach, it's, and you are too. And what it is let that coach out. You got your coach, your subject. Don't hold that coach inside of you to only come out for what you think your subject is.
exactly.
Because just
Exactly.
let that coach out. Just let the coach out, help encourage people, coach people, bring them up, show them how, because we see their potential. They don't see their potential, but others can see and see potential in others. And so it's our job as coaches, even if it's not in your subject, it's our job as coaches to see that light in them and call it forth and raise it up.
Right.
And when you do that, it increases your light and it builds you, and you have more of this to give to others. And you just start bringing it, and it doesn't have to be you can't just don't just hold it in for your subject, because your subject cross intertwines with everything. Everybody's does,
Well, excellent coaches, John, and you bring up some fantastic points, actually. Excellent coaches influence.
yes.
So it's not necessarily you have to be one-on-one with somebody, that you have to be shooting towards goals, that you have to be
No.
actually holding them accountable. But it's the influence you have when you're just talking, when you're interviewing.
Right.
That is a solid coach within itself. Like I told you, I've been putting my show on hold now for quite a while. It's been running through my mind each and every day. I mean, it occupies my mind constantly. But when I saw yours, all right, with Bear, I said,
Yeah.
man, I said, this is what I need to start doing. This is what I love doing. And that is a form of coaching. That was an influence, John, that you had on me, only because you decided to go forward with your own idea with Bear and just have fun with it. And that's all it really is. You're having fun with it. And you know what? No matter who you talk to, the neat thing about going one-on-one like this in an interview, no matter who you speak with, you can learn one, two, or three things from everybody.
Oh,
And if
definitely.
you can just take the nuggets out from any interview, any conversation, and apply that within your life, if you'll have that open mind,
Oh,
non-judgmental, the sky's the limit for you.
oh,
You know,
that is so true. I went into one of those master classes, and the lady in there, and I really admire her because she had lost her husband at a young age, and she like celebrate her. She's so up. She celebrates the whole month that he passes. Celebrates him. I'm like, I can't believe, I'm all, is this a real person, really? But she is. And she made a statement that that it is your responsibility to turn everything in your life into a blessing. Everything. And I'm all like, wow. It just like floored me. And there's so much freedom in that. There's freedom and power in that. Once you take that on, that, okay, everything that happens to you, but now it's you that has to take the responsibility to turn it into a blessing. And it's crazy.
Well, we know, and on that point right there, you know, I'm a true believer that even though there are bad things that happen out there and good things that happen out
Right.
there, how it affects us is neither bad or good until we actually assign it to a category.
Exactly.
Until
Exactly.
we assign it, until we decide, you know what, that's going to be negative, that's going to impact my life for the worst. It doesn't have to.
No.
You know, this is simply just a choice that we do have. You know, is the negative and positives. We can. It's just a matter. You know, Tony Robbins teaches us this gift, and this is where I learned it the best from. This is
Right.
many years ago.
Yeah.
You know, Waking the Giant Within.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, he talks a lot about, you know, how if things are coming into your mind that are really causing a negative state within you, change the way you perceive it.
Exactly.
You know, when you change the way you perceive the negative things that come into you, it will not affect you negatively anymore, but you'll have a positive outlook. You will learn from it
Oh, yes.
and you will grow from it. And one thing I also learned yesterday, and I was reading from, I don't know, it's like 10 books at least I read, you know, probably every night. And I
Oh,
just
wow.
flip through, you know, I read every night, but I can't remember who actually said this. But what they were saying was, um, let me see. Um, well, let me backtrack on that one right there because I'm kind of getting the information that I've read a little mixed up, and then again, talking to you and being happy about talking to you, I just spaced me for some reason. So go ahead, John. Forget about that point right there. I know we were talking about changing perception.
Back in high school, way back in the day, right? They made some movie called Dazed and Confused, right?
Dazed and confused. You know that, but you know what happens is my mind overworks. It always
Oh, mine
has,
does too. It's
and it's
insane.
just
It's like,
like I'll talk to you on something and I'll be dead set on that one thing to lead into something else. But when it comes time to lead into it, ah,
oh,
oh
that's
no.
crazy. Well, Sal, this has been really great. I can't believe this. I'm so happy to reconnect with you. And this is just the beginning of our connection again.
Well,
So,
John, it's been my pleasure. I thank you for the invitation right here tonight.
yeah, and this was just done
Man,
impromptu, people. So don't think you got to go, oh no, we need a certain time. No, boom, 5 minutes, it was done, right?
that was pretty much it. You just said,
Yeah.
"Hey, you called me up and you said, Sal, I'm going to interview tonight." I said, "Okay."
Well, you know what? I saw you post you posted gratitude that I got you, to want to do to do your show again. And and then I'm all, oh, that was like 1 minute ago. Oh, dude, he's here. Boom. I hit call and I'm all, okay, is he gonna pick up? Is he gonna pick up?
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate that. I thank you. Thank you for all you're doing. And you
Now
know,
I want
God
to
bless
see.
you and everybody else out there.
Yes.
I wish you nothing but massive success and move
And
forward
you.
with a full heart and purpose, you know.
Okay, and right here, I'm pulling you forward. Sal's gonna be posting his maybe some videos and and his his interview. And don't worry, you can, yeah, there'll be a line. There's a line. It's insane, but it's good because it's part of Project U for everyone to do this, and it's part of Project U to see your face on video and get back to do what you want to do, and don't, and get your coach out there because you're great. So Sal, it's
Take
been
care, Johnny. Thank you.
great to see you. I
Good to see
love
you.
seeing you. All right, bye, Sal.
Bye bye, buddy.